Why Simple Smart Dental Chair? What do you need to know about dental industries and what everybody should know before buying a dental unit? All of these questions are super important and I'm going to tell you about our philosophy. So let's start this new video and I will give you some information about us and what you need to know about dental chairs. The idea of Simple Smart was born around 2008 by dentists. The idea of them was why we have to pay so much for dental chair that are normally very complex and we cannot avoid some cost of the maintenance during the years. Because of this, we decided to develop something new, a new concept of dental chair, and build this in a different way. The main reason is to decrease the cost. We was thinking to develop a dental chair by using less components, less electronic, and give them more efficiency in order to reduce the manufacturing cost first of all, but most important, that is something that nobody think about it, is the assistance cost. Because when you buy a dental chair, the price is in one shot at the beginning, but then how much do you spend to solve the problems that this dental chair can bring to you? So we retain very important the internal system of the dental unit and how it's built and how it works. Of course, there are different philosophy and different way to build this concept around the dental unit. In our case, we follow our own direction. It's quite different comparing all the other European manufacturers. We have been concentrated a lot in the internal system because in our case, we retain that is the most reliable part is inside the dental unit and how the system works inside, because basically all the unit, let's say that seems to be very similar in the outside looking, but what makes the big difference in our idea is the internal system. The main question was why we have to put a lot of electronic that increase the cost while we can control easily all the system by using mostly mechanical separation or pneumatic system. But attention with this, I'm not saying that our dental units are pneumatic, because I know that there are some religions about this telling that we're using a different system, because if the main input is the air coming by the compressor and the output is also air, why we have to put something in between that gives more problem than solutions? Between compressor and high-speed turbine is air. So mostly all the instrument works with air and water. So by applying a simple tab, you can control the opening of the water and the air without having all the electronics that allow you to press the button and open and close the air and water by a digital control panel. So the result is exactly the same, but we avoid a lot of cost and a lot of electronics. The only instrument that we need to control by electrical input is the micromotor and the pedal. Those two systems are those that allow to identify you if it's a pneumatic dental chair or an electric dental chair, because the difference is mostly between the pedal and which kind of input the pedal gives to the instrument. So in our case, we can have both solutions. So we can have a pedal air input or pedal electrical input to the micromotor, because for the high-speed turbine it's not so important to control the speed in a proper way, because you're going to run the high-speed turbine in a very high speed, as the word say, high-speed turbine. For the micromotor the question is different, because you need to run the micromotor in a very slow turns, especially at the beginning, and to control the speed is better to control by electricity. So that makes the difference between the two systems. But we can easily apply this electronic only on the micromotor, in order that what happens when you use this only on the micromotor, it means that all the other systems are independent. So in case I have a problem on the micromotor, I have just to replace the board of the micromotor and not the board that controls the entire system, that probably costs even more than hundreds of euros. Independent cordons are so important in our philosophy, but I will talk about our dental chair in another video. Today is mostly concentrated to let you understand how we build it and the reasons that are behind our company and our products. So we say that we control the system in a different way, but they can give the same result as a different brand dental chair, or it give you difficulties to work? Well, the result is exactly the same, because the high-speed turbine or the micromotor or the syringe are very basic. We are not talking about an X-ray or 3D. So the technology inside the dental chair is quite simple, and it's simple since the year that the company start to build the dental chair. Why there is so much electronic is only a reason of marketing, a reason of money around Europe. American philosophy is completely different, for example, is the one that we follow the most, because they have big spaces, they don't have technicians everywhere, and so doctors want simple things. In Europe, things are quite different, because there are a lot of competitors and a lot of technicians all around Europe. By applying a lot of electronics, spare parts, you can understand that it's a very big business for the company, for the technicians, for everyone except for the dentist. The trend is to put more components instead avoiding components, even if, as you could imagine, in America, US, they can treat the mouth very well in any case. So we are not going to avoid or to reduce something to give more problems to dentists, but we are studying this to give you a better solution actually. And I have to tell you something, let's say that the job that you do as a doctor is the most important. If you are using a dental chair that costs 50,000 euro, or if you use a dental chair that costs 10,000 euro, I don't think the job that you do at the end of the day is completely different. The main issue is how you can use and perform your work to the patient, and not related to the dental chair, or at least I hope so. When we create Simple&smart, and even before in the Italian company, that is a different one, we was thinking about all this issue because the owner was a dentist and he wanted something more simple, reliable, and to avoid all this issue that I'm discussing to you. So it's not something that comes strictly from me, that I'm the owner of Simple&smart, but it comes because some dentists wanted a solution and wanted something different in the market. When I talk to dentists or our distributor, when they come here to the company, or when we see each other in the exhibition, I like to show them some examples that are basically two, is Ryanair and IKEA, a different company, a different concept, a different market, but let's say that the idea is basically very similar to our, or at least there was some skepticism at the beginning, because you was paying the flight 200 euro and now you're paying the flight 4 euros. So what is going on? The air maybe doesn't have a good technology inside. Or IKEA, for example, that we used to pay a lot for some components, some furniture that we was putting in our house, and now this IKEA comes and say, okay, build the furniture yourself, but you will pay much less. I like this phenomenon around the industry of dental, because I see that the things are changing a lot around the dental market. It's not like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, when the dental chair was the main product, the main equipment inside the clinic. Today is much different. A dentist need to have also a lot of other technology inside the clinic, an X-ray, panoramic, AirVG system, the scanner. So the costs are increasing a lot for a lot of equipment. And our idea is to at least reduce the cost where you can. For example, the dental chair. Of course, we are not building a dental unit by giving very bad reputation or bad equipment inside. We are using mostly Dur valves, Japanese valve, American tubes, a lot of Italian equipment like Faro. So you can choose all these options, but we are also focusing on what the dentist need today to avoid to have a huge cost inside the dental clinic. Can you reduce the cost of a scanner? Maybe there is quite difficult, because you need technology to make a good 3D of your mouth, otherwise you're going to put wrong teeth inside the mouth. In the dental chair is completely different. We don't need technology there, at least for our idea, for our concept. I'm not talking bad about others. I'm saying that we have a different concept around it. And I hope you're catching what I want to say. Another point of discussion is always how much you pay for how much you get. So the cost and value. If you pay 50,000, 40,000, 30,000, you're getting more, or you're getting not a big difference in terms of functionality. So maybe I have a different design, a different brand, but at the end of the day, the two systems are giving me the same solution, or I have much more because I pay much more and have something that the other company cannot give me. So this question was very important for us to understand where we can concentrate. So we wanted to give a different solution in the market and give something reliable with a correct market price. At the end, I want you to know just how we build our dental chair and what is behind our construction, our factory, because it's very important for us to transmit this information in order that can you make your own evaluation about what is better for you and what is better for your clinic. Otherwise, if you ask to me, it's like asking to the waiter if the wine is good when you go to a restaurant. He cannot say, this wine is not good. Of course, I'm talking well about us, but the explanation is also, I believe, very important. Most of the time, you look only outside and you don't go deep inside. So this video is to transmit this information only. We talk a bit about the philosophy, about the product, but what is important the most is the service around the company, around the product, and we really give a lot of attention on this as well. What I say about the service is that we are making a lot of customization. You can choose different configuration of the unit, and the most important is the timing. The timing of answering to your mail as a dealer, as a dentist. In case you have a problem, we need to act immediately. And I'm putting my face in front of the camera to say this, that we are very active in all of this issue, all of this situation, all of these points that are very important, because when you buy something, it's not only the first day, but you need to have the support in all the other days and all the years that comes after the purchase. Let's resume a bit. Philosophy, very important. It's important also to have a good product with a reasonable cost. That is the second point. The third point is to avoid as much as possible the problems during the years and during your, as a dentist, daily work. The fourth point is to have somebody that answers you when you have a problem or when you need a solution that is related. WhatsApp, videos, and all this material are so important to be quick and to give the answer you need in the right time. Right time doesn't mean 1 month, 1 week, it means today. I hope you enjoyed a bit this video and what I was telling you in all these minutes that you was watching it. Thank you very much for spending your time watching me, and I hope I gave you the main concept that there is around Simple&smart Dental Unit. If you need more information, we are here. You can write us on our social media, on our email. You can have a look to our website, or you can also contact us directly, or just visit all the other social media network that we have, like YouTube. We put a lot of videos there, and see you next time.